belongs to the last detachment that was trained inside, and there's a process that one has to undergo for that you found yourself or your name into the database of the Department of Military Veterans. So we were in that process of ensuring that Commander Mashiane, then also his name is in the database. Most of the 10 comrades that he trained with and operated with inside the country, defending our residents and our communities, half of them they've been integrated. The process is, let me unpack or unfold the process. You need to have the commander who has trained you to vouch for you in a form of a affidavit, a military affidavit to say, no, I trained Commander Mashiane, this is my name. And also, you also have to provide your military biography, and 2 of the people you trained or operated with has to also give supporting document, also in a form of affidavit. So whilst we were in the process of trying to finalize that process to register Commander Mashiane, then the commander passed on, and it was a challenge. Comrade Eugene Pastor, it was his combat name, died, and then we couldn't then finalize the process, Commander Mashiane. So for now, the kind of a funeral that we are giving Commander Mashiane, it's not befitting a dedicated soldier who sacrificed his life. This is very much painful. I think the government should try and find a certain way of ensuring that those that fought for liberation are recognized, as our constitution clearly state that those that sacrificed for their life for this land need to be recognized.
Yes, when he was coming back home, he was arrested. And when they sentenced him, they said they are giving him 12 years for each count. He had 4 counts. They gave him what they call 12 years for each count. So when they counted it, they said it's 48 years. But they said the 4 counts will run concurrently. So it was 12 years.
Justice. And what?
His name is, we call him Brade. He's David Tarazimbi. He's there in Cape Town now. And I can already divert the irony of that with this Robben Island number, with our accounts that he was not only our courier, he couried several groups into exile. He is not recognized as a military veteran. He does not get any support from anybody as we speak. Despite affidavits that we have written, we still don't understand this. Normally they say when you have your Robben Island number, that thing, in fact, all the older veterans are getting military veteran support because of those numbers.
You know what's the saddest thing? I was interviewing Comrade Motsepe at Mbelegwa when they were having memorial service for Comrade Mashiane, who, like, he was the last of the detachments of MK, but they were trained inside with the number unit 10. So they were telling me that he did not get his authorization because of those processes. So he wasn't integrated. And so he did not get the benefits of this struggle. And you are telling me of someone who sacrificed his life and was incarcerated at Robben Island, who is still alive today and is not getting the benefits.
As we speak, he's sick. His wife must sit to whatever his needs are.
He can't be treated at military one.
Military hospital. As a Brigadier General of the South African National Defence Force, I wrote an affidavit. David Castro Phillips, the one that I said was doing that, he was a Sergeant Major in the Defence Force. He wrote his affidavit. Sheikhs Ramat Seba also wrote. We had our 4 affidavits to support his submission. Up till today, nobody can clarify me. I went to Cape Town with my wife with all the affidavits. We went to the PAC representative who represents the military veterans. Mike Masala, I was with him in exile. He knows me, so it's not somebody that can say, we gave him those documents in his hand with the courier with us. And as we speak, now when I retired in 2019, they don't do the automatic thing that you are in the Defence Force, you are a former military veteran. Automatically, when you retire from the Defence Force, they must put your information into the military veterans database. No, you must go and apply.
Okay.
Which something crazy according to me.
Ish.
The system should know that we have people who have been in the struggle. They are now in the Defence Force. When they retire,
so you are not fully integrated.
Automatically, this information must just be linked to the DMV.
It's not a full integration. Balezama.
Yes. Exactly.
Just to quieten you up.
Exactly. But now it's worse. Let's say we agree. I have been quieting up and I've earned the salary for all the years that I worked. Here's somebody that not only took me to exile, took many other comrades, but he has not received, up till now, not a cent.
Okay. You do realize that we are long in this podcast. It means you need to visit us more.
Yes.
Just in short, explain, don't spend more than 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Who was Jan Shaw?
That's somebody that Atteridgeville needs so dire today. That's somebody that Gauteng, Pretoria, South Africa needs today. If you see the man called Ibrahim Traore, if I had Jan Shoba today, I would be telling you, here's our Ibrahim Traore, if he was alive.
I'm going to meet probably tomorrow John Mushala. Yeah. So, and I don't want to overburden him with this because he's like the sole voice. And I want to, and I've always told him, Suhume, Jan Shoba, we need to speak about Jeff Masemola. Him and I have been trying to get to the family
of Jeff
Masemola, just so we could sit and understand these stories, because if we do not tell them, no one is going to tell them. You have done a lot in telling us this history, and you linked it right down to Pele and until exile. And I want to tell you, and I know they're going to get angry, Mashiane, why are you cutting this one short? Because they are expecting that by the time you come back. Look, you need to visit us more. And you need to share more. What I want to do now is, next time you come,
getting seats, are getting more positions, are getting senior rankings and everything.
That's exactly what I want you to speak
Yes.
about when I say, what exactly do you think was a broken promise? So,
Yes.
those that were left who were Sandaf, when you guys came back,
Yes.
were they getting preferential treatment that you who came from outside did not get? Like, maybe quantify it for the benefit of our viewers to understand what was this, because anything we thought it was betrayal, but we could not pinpoint it. What was the issue?
Thank you. During integration, remember that during the liberation phase when we took over, we're supposed to have an integration of all the armed forces. what happened is that we were locked into the assembly areas as former liberation armies. But the other former apartheid armies who were not locked into that. We were given around about 700 rands per month as monthly stipends. They were getting their salaries, their housing allowance, getting everything, had access to everything. We were only the ones who were locked in. Normally in such a situation...
What does locked in mean?
Sorry? We were locked up in the assembly areas. All of us, the guns were taken. When we entered the country, there were no guns, we had nothing. We were just moving targets sitting there. They were carrying the guns. They would come into our bases and abuse our own comrades and even beat them. We were not permanent. They were permanent. During integration, we had to be interviewed individually. You defend your own rank. Most of them could not get their own ranks right. But in a normal situation, I would say that I've got 13 generals, 75 captains, 55 corporals, 75. This is a number, I'll give you the names. But instead we're told that go there alone and defend yourself. I went there and tried to defend myself. I came out as a private. And I got training as an instructor. I got a number of trainings, military trainings and everything, but I came out as a private then. So basically, I'm more like a constable in the police force, right? We're sent to the bases. There was a mass exodus. We went out of assembly areas and complained to General Nyanda and to the then President Mandela, but unfortunately, our cries fell on deaf ears. So when we integrated into the defense force, we had to come in there as short-term services. We're given a 2-year contract. While all the former apartheid armies, so TBVCs, Transkei, Venda, SADF, Apartheid, Ciskei, and what again, but TBVC states, all of them, the armies from those countries and those self-governing states and apartheid South Africa, they were permanent. They had housing subsidies. We had nothing. On the first 2 years, you'd get around about 1,200 rands a month. For first 2 years, you are temporary. Maybe let's suppose in one base, you are about 40. Let's suppose you are 200 in one base. On the second year, you have to prove yourself and be disciplined and buy faces and everything for you to pull through to get another 7 years. So if you're 1,000 in that base, when you have to review this midterm for the coming 7 years, you'll come in as 50 now instead of 100. Those other ones are coming in as with more increases, more increments and everything. You are standing there to negotiate your own next 7 years after 2 years. You go through all these rigorous, they make the HIV test, your what, and all those things, those humiliating things. Then you get another 7 years. In that 7 years again, you are 50. For you to get permanent, you can come in as 35 instead of 70 or 50. So you had to beg all the time. By the time you become permanent, you have been in the army for around about 12, if not 11 years. Those ones have got houses and everything. It's only now that you are able to buy.